meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Who made
Aye.
that motion?
I guess I did. All right, so it's Thursday, May 4th. Minutes, none. Meeting mail, none. Appointments, none. Okay, our first item of business is the golf course assessment, request for quotes. Really like a business plan assessment. As we talked about, I helped put together some specifications to have our operations looked at, help us with a plan. There are several firms out there across the country that do this quite a bit. We received 3 proposals. Troon, National Golf Foundation, and J.J. Keegan. And I think that I would like to recommend through reading them that I think the National Golf Foundation, NGF, has the best mix of meeting the qualifications we were looking for, pretty big presence with municipal operations in Massachusetts, and they have the ability to do the work for us this summer.
And they've done the original assessment 25 years ago, so.
When I spoke with Mr. Singer, who's their senior director now, he was a junior person 25 years ago who worked with the town of Acushnet before we even built the course. They've done a similar analysis for the town of Brewster with the Captain's Golf Courses, the town of Yarmouth for Bass River and Bayberry Hills. They worked with the town of, Hyannis Golf Course. Why am I drawing a blank on the name of the town? It's Hyannis technically. Anyway, Hyannis Golf Course down the Cape. They worked with Sandwich Hollows in the town of Sandwich. They worked with the town of Dartmouth when Dartmouth was briefly thinking about something with Allendale a few years ago, so they have a lot of local relevant experience as well. Barnstable, by the way, is the town for Hyannis Golf Course.
Yep.
So I think that I would like us to recommend through Jamie Kelly for him to, and I've got all the backup here, to award the contract to the National Golf Foundation for this review for us.
And we would take that funding out of our 300K town articles.
Yes, because I think this would help us
Right.
with long-term planning,
Yeah.
capital assessments moving forward, and I think that would tie into the articles.
What was
The estimated fee is
30?
approximately $24,000 for the National Golf Foundation, and if they have any direct reimbursable expenses, because they are based out of Florida, so they'd have to fly up here. But nobody was that local. J.J. Keegan's out of Colorado, and Troon is out of Arizona.
And when can the National Golf Foundation start?
They estimated that within being told officially that they have the contract, they could probably start within 30 days of then, and it would take upwards a maximum of 75 days after that to be fully complete with their report findings, be here to present to us in person.
So it would be done sometime, probably in August.
Exactly, they were thinking August 31st at the latest if they knew shortly that we were going to go ahead with this.
Ready for a motion?
So I think we're looking for a motion to recommend the contract to the National Golf Foundation based on their submittal, which I will forward to Jamie Kelly after this vote.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any other questions about it? And they sent me a PDF of it too, John. If you want electronically, I can forward it to you.
Okay.
Did they describe to you what their assessment would entail?
Yes.
Yes, so how it worked was, with the request for quotes, I put in writing what I wanted the assessment to include. I based that off of other reports that I've seen done for other municipalities of the types of things that we want to see and that we've been discussing. And then it's also open to, there are specifics once they're
I was going to say,
here.
did they add to your request or?
Yeah, so then when I looked at it, I also asked them to submit samples. So I have samples of 2 different municipal courses that they've done, which are well beyond what I even asked for as minimum recommendations.
It's pretty impressive what they referred. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, so we need to, so we have the motion in the second, we didn't vote, so it's all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Do a Greenspeak comparisons. See how we are against the local and semi-local courses here.
Honestly, looking at this, I think we're in good, in line.
I think we're in line, but there may be an opportunity as we come towards the next season.
Yes.
So we should monitor this on a regular
Right.
basis.
I
Dana just mentioned that
Atlantic.
Atlantic just bumped the price up again, so.
Oh, did they? All right, I got a question for Ed. You did weekend with carts. Is that per cart or per person?
Per person.
Per person.
Basically, you can't walk.
Okay, all right, okay,
It's included. so.
all right.
Which is something we had considered way back when, many years ago, whether we should eliminate walking on the weekend.
So,
Which-
holy crap.
So if I look at Swansea, are they really 99 on the weekend then? Because it's a 77 plus 22?
No, the actual cost of the car, you can walk on the weekend.
Okay.
So it's included, but the cart is 22 bucks. So if you can't walk. I didn't,
I was even surprised. So it would be, say, 50 if you walked, but it's 77
Right.
with the car. I got you. I just wanted to make sure I was.
No,
So,
that's
so
fine.
Whaling City's $82? Is that right? Yeah. On the weekend with cart?
I don't know, Ed was saying
No,
that.
it's with the cart.
Oh,
So the weekend totals, the weekend values include cart?
Right,
Yes.
correct. All
Yeah,
the
he's-
way
Ed's just
down.
quoting what their cart
oh,
price
okay.
is.
Oh, all right,
But if
okay.
you- basically, on my hand, it sends those who want to walk, there's a walking.
Oh, okay.
I didn't include that.
Oh, okay,
We
all
can
right.
do it, when Dana works on refining this analysis, we can include riding and walking and rank where we stand on
Okay.
those.
All right.
In reading through the NGF's report of Barnstable, I don't know if anybody picked up on it, and in speaking with the director of golf over there, they charge 18-hole rates only.
Oh, yeah.
So if she said you could play 6 holes if you want, but you pay 18. You want to play 9, you pay 18. We don't give out tee times for anything less than 18 holes.
Right.
So,
And some courses do
well, I
that, so
know,
we
yeah,
really,
those are options.
you know,
Depending on the demand and where you're at in the market,
right.
you can do whatever you can get away with.
But, you know, we can consider those
Yeah.
proposals or recommendation going forward, but
When I spoke to that Mr. Singer on the phone prior to them submitting this, he even said that exactly what we're looking at here is part of their analysis too. Like they'll look at what they feel is our competition,
Right.
their pricing structures, weekday. So of course, we're gonna keep an eye on it, but this be another one of the things that a third outside set of eyes is gonna look at it from their perspective as well and just, so I know, might not be a popular thing, and we don't have as much tourism here, but some of the Cape towns have like, extreme discounts for residents because they have so much tourism as well.
Right.
And then there's the battle between who gets what tea time.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, they
this is an
usually-
example of the things they look into. They'll look into your mix of
Right.
passes, pricing, discounts.
They usually block off from early morning to at least 11 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it is. It's
For
late.
town people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you get in after that, which, you know, the later you go into the year, you can't play 18 holes.
Oh,
You
right.
might be able to play 9.
Right.
And, yeah, they don't adjust too much.
Ed Dennis,
Yeah.
the director
The
of golf,
Highlands.
was saying that
Yeah.
the seniors members only pay 600 as opposed to what everybody else pays as resident members, and they have some members that will put in 270 rounds a year at $600. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you're losing a lot of revenue on that guy.
those are kind of things we just need to do.
Yeah, well, I know. Just there are some guys out there looking to maximize their value.
Yeah.
All right, so it's good to see where we are though, and that we're not, you know, there might be some room like you said, but we're not like too low either or too high.
No.
Be right in the middle.
No, I think we're,
Attractive.
yes,
Yeah.
very attractive. Yes.
Yeah, especially when, I mean, like we were just saying, we're looking at guys like Lakeville and some other places. You look at the prices you're paying there, and then what you can get for your money at Acushnet. It's an attractive spot.
Mission statement update.
I'd just like to take a moment and give a quick update on the mission statement. Seems how I was the main focus on trying to push a mission statement for us. And I know we've had difficulty getting that to our agenda. And Manny, and I mentioned that Manny and I will take a look at conferring with a consultant and see if they can assist us. And we did that. And we spent the morning discussing what we're trying to accomplish. And after listening to all our story, the lady who was Liz Isherwood of Moore in Isherwood, she said, "Are you going to put this on a plaque?" I said, "No, I don't anticipate doing that." She said, "Why do it?" And kind of what Mr. Flynn says, "Why put? Are you going to put it on a letter?" I don't see that happen.
No.
And she kind of wanted to kind of focus us towards really what you wanted to. She said, "I think you need to do is come up with goals and objectives. Short could be long-term goals, can be short-term goals."
Right.
And just kind of agree on what we want to do and go forward. So I'm all in favor of that.
All right.
And the perfect example to me, I see as a goal is maintain a parkland golf in the front nine and links golf in the back nine.
Right.
And then have objectives, what we need to do to achieve those.
Right.
Take down a minimum amount of trees
Right.
to optimize growth of grass, those kind of things. So that's what I'm changed my mind about where we're going.
Now, if we look at other mission statements, or should we look at other course mission statements? Would that be an access to?
Yeah, well, they kind of have a mission statement, and that's what they do. They have some goals, and
Right.
they have some objectives.
Right.
Well, your mission statement goes hand in hand with your master plan and where you see yourself going.
Yeah.
Which might be assisted somewhat by your, course assessment. But your mission statement has to, it's not something, it's really not something you put on a plaque or something
No.
else. It's an ideology of perception of what the people who come to play perceive, what you perceive, and so on. This is why normally when you put together a mission statement, you putting together a group of 5 or 6 people, which would include your superintendent, your general manager, your
Right.
golf professional, someone from your committee, or 2 to 3 people from your committee, but also someone from your golfing public.
Right.
And you bring that group of people together and you hash out things back and forth, and you come up with some ideas.
Right.
Same thing with your master plan. Your master plan shapes the direction which you foresee yourself going in the future. It allows you to address things like Ed just mentioned, but it also permits you to curtail things like planting a whole bunch of trees between the 12th and 14th fairway, because it doesn't go with the ideology of that portion of the golf course.
Right.
So
Right.
I would think that, I don't know if the folks from the National Golf Foundation are going to recommend a mission statement, but some of their conclusions would help you in that direction.
You can draw your mission statement from almost maybe some
Well,
of
it's gotta
their
be
from some of the
recommendations.
things they say.
Something.
And then,
It doesn't have to be a complicated thing.
No,
It's
no.
something that should be revisited every 5 or 6 years,
Right.
because like anything else, circumstances and situations change.
Right.
And this is, and again, it's good to include a golf course architect somewhere in that scheme. And I'm sure that any of these people who are going to do an assessment are going to call on the capabilities of an architect, and possibly even construction people, to give you some sense
Now,
of.
I know that mission statements on private and semi-private courses go to every member. Their statement is brought to the membership. Now, because you're public, where's it go? Right? I mean, it could be put in like she said, a plaque or something, but what?
It's more like a marketing slogan, more so than a mission statement.
I
The mission
just
statement,
don't see a,
You know,
Yeah.
getting back to looking at these proposals, I read quite a few reports of different ones they've done from around the country. One was for, I think, the city of Minneapolis. I think the city owns something like 12 golf courses throughout the city of Minneapolis. And one of them was their review. And this exact thing was brought up in that they had a mission statement, but it didn't tie into what they were actually trying to be. And even within their 12 courses, some of them were much nicer than other ones.
right.
So almost like each course had to have an identity. And it was exactly what Ed said, have a goal and then an action to achieve that goal for each course, as opposed to just this too broad of a statement that doesn't tell you where you want to
Right.
go. So, I mean, you can't hurry down the road, but as you said, goals with an actual plan to do it, I think is more actionable, see
I think so,
results,
too.
and drive it in the short term.
It's probably what I was trying to get
Probably
to
what you,
from day
right,
one.
exactly, it was the intent, it's just, all right. Surplus equipment. What, you gotta be cleaning out space in the shed, Steve?
That wasn't, well, I didn't put that on there, so.
I think we need to put together a list of those pieces of equipment that you see near their death, and what we should do with it.
Well, we have,
Not right now.
oh, I already have the list up here, but,
But one-
that has been delayed somewhat by the fact that, equipment could not be delivered in a
Correct.
timely fashion in recent times. But we have several triplexes, probably, I'd say, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 that are about ready to go. We have 2 Jacobson, actually 3 Jacobson triplexes, which will go once we get the 2 new greens mowers in. We have 2 John Deere triplexes, which are reaching their end time. And then the 5210, which is the fairway mower. We just received the new fairway mower today, finally. So that is something we can will temporarily hold on to until we do have a better date of delivery for the greens mowers, and then we can negotiate some type of trade for any and all of this equipment, or provide it get it declared surplus and try to sell it in another fashion.
Do you need to have it declared surplus to trade it?
I don't believe so. I think it needs to be declared surplus if you just want
sell it or
to
give
get
it.
rid of it. Trading, I mean, I haven't yet had any issue with trading equipment for when, or turning equipment in and trade.
I'll
in the
try to get
past.
clarification from Jamie on that.
And the only other surplus, I don't consider it surplus. I mean, they're items that eventually could be replaced. And that, the primary 2 that stick out are the 2 tractors. And although they've still got a couple good years left in them. And other than that, it's just the recycling of equipment based on your objective for a, whether it's a 5-year plan or, useful life of the piece of equipment. So, the other thing we did keep the old SandPro, and we do put it to use at times. They didn't really have significant, it had no value to Turf Products when we bought the new one, because it was so old, but it still runs. That could be something. I mean, I don't know if the folks, it's older, but I don't know if the folks at the ball fields would be interested in something like that. They probably have their own machine anyway. But we still use it. We still use it occasionally. This year, if I have, once we have the opportunity, I may be able to send 2 machines out at the same time, so we can get bunkers done in half the time that it takes. So, and other than, we replaced the grinders, we replaced the we're in good shape fairway mower wise, and once we pick up the 2 greens mowers, we can get rid of some of the, the 2 greens mowers and the other T-Collar and Approach triplex, and we can get rid of those other surplus triplexes.
Steve, can you just put a list of all the inventory again and the number of hours on the machine, when we bought it, how many hours on it, and what's your anticipated hourly use? You've done that in the past for us.
Yeah, I've got the whole inventory list that has the total number of hours. I mean, you could break that down into annual averages. The inventory list that I have is got the piece of equipment by category, the model number, the serial number, the date in which we purchased, or actually the age of the piece of equipment, not necessarily so much the date that we purchased. It also has the value we paid for it at the time that we got it, and then it has the number of years in age, and it has the hours total. As a matter of fact, I just updated that today because the new fairway mower came in, and the Transpo trailer came in. So.
Any issue with future lead times for equipment?
I haven't gotten an update yet from Toro. I'm expecting, they have meetings on Friday, so I'm expecting hopefully to get one within a week or two that gives us an update on the...
Same thing, if we need something, we see something we need in the future, we need to get it, if we need to get in the queue, we need
well, there's one piece of equipment I'm in the queue for already. There would be a replacement sweeper for our TC-125, which is the machine we use to sweep up cores when we do greens aeration and whatnot. Those machines are, it's a Baroness machine, which may be available this August. So, but I reserved one, at no obligation 5 or 6 months ago. And the distributor said, I'm not so much worried about you reserving it right now, because because I told him, I said I'd like to reserve it, but I can't guarantee that I'd take it because it's not my final decision. And he said, well, in that case, he's got 15 on order, and he's got 13 of them sold already. So he's not worried about selling it if for some reason we don't pick it up. But that's the only other thing that's in the queue.
Dan, how about you and carts? Now, what's the lead time on carts?
He hasn't found out yet. He said if we ordered, the only thing he did say, if we did order 34, we're talking about the 34 carts, if we ordered that, we would get that by late May, June next year. As far as this year's carts, he hasn't given me a date for delivery yet.
So we got 40 of the 2017 we're going to have to turn.
Mm-hmm.
So we need, I'm assuming both of you guys agreed that we need to turn these.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question is, when do we need to make a commitment?
Yeah, so he was like, basically, if you did commit within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'd have your position in place, and you'd be leaning towards a late May delivery.
May 2024.
Next year.
So we need to get an
Next year.
estimated cost of that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I've found useful is asking them whether your price is locked in,
Yeah, right.
because
Oh, yeah.
12
Interest rates have
12 months,
all
they
through them.
changed the price.
Yeah.
The only one so far who told me that the price was locked in when you sign the P&S is John Deere. They won't raise your price.
And in speaking to the club car situations, the maintenance program we discussed, I did speak with him regarding that. We can separate them if we want. However, he did say that when you pick out the carts and the numbers of whatever it is that you're going to get the maintenance program for, and you have the other carts, when he comes to service the contracted carts, if there is one of the carts that are not covered by the contract that needs to be worked on, then you have to get hit with the service charge, and then the labor, hourly labor, and then the parts for those carts. So he goes, you think that it's a benefit and it's a cost savings. He goes, but what you're going to find out, at least it's going to cost you more because we're here more frequently, and you always have a cart down, so you always end up getting hit with the charge. When you would be getting it as part of the program, now you're drawing us into the picture, and we're gonna be fixing your carts that are in need of repair, so it ends up not working out for you. So, but he goes, we'll do it if you want, but I'm telling you, that's why we did the cart program, because it works out better and cheaper that way.
We have enough carts for 144 players.
Yes,
If
Yes.
they're all running.
that they're running.
If they're all running.
Mhm.
We're gonna have.
But we only got
Just
3
we're not-
down right now.
Yeah, we have one that has bad steering, and actually, one of the other two is a starter generator, which came in yesterday.
Yes,
We
yeah.
just haven't had
Yeah.
time to put it in, so.
So
So
for
basically down
Kathy's
2
event
carts.
We're
coming
looking
up,
good.
she'll have, so,
Now, is that the,
May 16th.
yeah,
that's,
Old Colony.
yeah, Old
So they'll
Colony.
have enough.
But we have,
It is sold out.
Yeah, I guess.
We have
Not- not-
something else, is it the Monday after that? The
Police?
16th,
No.
9:30
That's
on
not
Monday? And then we have two or
Yeah,
three
I'm
we have
playing
2 or
with
3
that
more
with
outings in
Lavassa.
May besides, I was just looking at it when I left,
The other thing, Dana, we're only going 144.
144.
Don't push,
Nope. I've told all my outings.
don't push
144.
any more
I'm not-
than
I'm not ordering extra cards.
police, anybody.
Nope.
All it does is create havoc.
Correct.
For the
slows
little amount of
everybody
money
down.
you're gonna make, it's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah.
So everyone must know 144 is the cutoff. Can't bring 145, can't bring 146.
Yep.
That's it.
Done.
All
Because
right.
the way I've explained it is, although you're doing a fundraiser for you, they are still our customers.
That's right.
And
That's
to
right.
go out there for 6 hours or 7 hours is
And they
not a
have
good representation of
yeah,
our
they have
business.
an unenjoyable,
Right.
yeah, so no.
And if we,
yeah, so you
getting back
guys,
to the carts, if we haven't been the most thrilled, say, with the most recent club car carts, do we really want 40 more of them?
You want to split and go to a different vendor for?
I'm just asking if
Yeah.
you've been saying that these newest ones and that there's no
Breakdown, right?
no change foreseen in the newest model year coming out, right? So they weren't changing anything. And you've been saying that they weren't as durable as the ones we've gotten in the past. Is it time to at least get a quote from Yamaha or something
We
else?
could.
to see?
But in my discussion regarding the maintenance program, he said, you're gonna find the fact that we're coming out regularly, we're not just checking the carts that are in need of repair. He goes, we do routine maintenance on the whole fleet. So you're gonna find that you're gonna have less down carts because they're routinely maintained. Where, I mean, Norm is doing, catch-up work and trying to get us back to square one with repairs, but he doesn't have the time to go through all of those cots, 2 times a month, and that's what the program pays for.
And what do they come out 2 times a month?
Mm-hmm.
well, that one guy better be a workhorse, because in 2 times a month, that means he's going through half your fleet one day and half your fleet the next,
Right, so
unless they're sending 2 or 3 guys
Right, so
out.
36
Yeah,
carts.
But
Yeah, I don't
believe me,
think they
in the
do
last
that.
in the last couple of years, they sent one guy.
One guy.
And
Yeah.
and this he's last 2 years has been the same guy, and to listen to the same guy talk, there ain't too many other guys behind him willing to do it.
Boy,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, but your outing's on the 20th, 1 p.m. shotgun on Saturday the 20th,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you've got a 1 p.m. shotgun on the 21st,
Wow.
Elias painting, and then you have 9 o'clock NLSC scholarship shotgun on the 22nd. So you got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Wow.
And then that Friday, the Brotherhood ride, 100 players on the 26th. So last 2 weeks of May, you're
Busy.
it picks up, then goes into June and July,
So the question again on the table is, do we order these 40 of these new cars from Club Car, or do we look somewhere else?
You can get another quote.
I think we go for another quote,
Well, quote or valuations
either.
with another golf course that has a different.
We'll call the Yamaha guy, have him come down, bring a demo, drop it off, check it out. ride it, test
We need to
it,
check
get his
Yamaha,
numbers,
club car, right?
and then we talk to Club Car and
And
See-
five star, I don't know if 5 star still,
Now, we've been with Club Card since the beginning, right?
yeah,
The Yamaha,
they're
And
convenient,
and
they're
they
close.
were good too.
yeah. Does the
Yeah,
Yamaha,
those, even today, the older ones, guys love them. I have customers that pull people, hey, can I get one of the old carts?
has Yamaha ever approached you?
Several times, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, why don't we check that out? See what they compare to get one.
Right into them, something.
Yeah, I'll call in, I'll have them drop off a demo, and then
They're trying to get into your.
Ed will check it out. If you guys wanna come down, give it a
That's- you know,
ride.
Why not, right? I mean,
Ride
ain't
both
gonna
of them,
hurt
see how they
anything.
go.
But we're really looking for durability.
Yeah,
We're looking for
exactly.
Something that runs.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we can check it,
Yeah,
check
exactly.
it out, but
They could also tell us if there are other, public courses that they're at, not, we don't need a private
Right.
course with 100
Right,
members.
it does,
Yeah, you
go
can
600 rounds
Right.
a month.
You can usually get their reference list.
Yeah.
right, that's what we need
Yeah.
to do. And reference lists regarding new golf carts.
Looks like we had a good April, Dana.
Yeah, real quick, give you the breakdown for the month. April is, could be a give and take month depending on the weather. We had pretty decent weather, till we ended up having,
Last week.
a few, seemed to be in a rain cycle on Sundays. So that impacted some of our sales on Sundays, and you kind of see that in the, if you look at the cart revenue, this cart revenue of 15.9 versus last year's cart revenue of 20,000. So right there you can see how rain impacts you, because I don't think we didn't have rain for 2 years pretty much. So and that's just the
This
cart
time of
revenue.
year, it's not only the rain, it's cold.
Yeah, well, that's true. And that's what I was saying to the league guys
That's
tonight.
a big,
We should have started the league in February because it was 50.
yeah, no kidding.
Tonight,
Yeah.
it's not so fun.
No, the last 2 weeks have been terrible.
So, I mean, all in all, the numbers look pretty decent.
Yeah.
The weekend, I expressed to Steve and Kevin that we're almost booked. We are booked 100% on Sunday. We got like 2 tee times open at the end of the day on Saturday, and it's sold out. So if the forecast is 71 and hotly sunny,
No rain.
no rain, parties are coming. No complaints from the customers either, loving the conditions.
No.
Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Well, you gotta set up your meeting, no?
We
Your
already have
next
the
one?
next April meeting.
We already had
When is
Oh.
it?
25th, isn't it?
May 25th.
Raymond, what are we doing here?
All in favor?
This was a surprise one.
May 25th, we're here at 4:30?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.